Hey everyone, I hope you're all well. It's day 16 post-op and it's late afternoon and we got through another day pretty much. I had a bit of a struggle this morning getting up, so just really stiff and tight, and just reminded me really that, you know, it's still a long journey that I'm on. So decided to set my mindset this morning that this is a 90-day plan and I'm only on day 16, so there's a long way to go to get to the end goal. And I'm good at 90-day plans because I've done 4 of them so far, 3 body coach ones and 1 train eat gain. So if I can do that, I can do this. Muscle repair is an interesting thing. So essentially, if you imagine your muscles together like this, and when you have big babies they separate, mine have been stitched back together again all the way down with a very aggressive, as Mr. Ahmed says, nylon stitch. So that is why I am struggling to bend over, move around, why I'm not going to be able to do sit-ups for quite a while, because obviously that needs to heal. However, what that does mean is the fact that they're not flailing apart anymore and they're nice and tight together is going to give me a much better shape. So I'm also reminding myself of that because I think today I'm in kind of big mode, because none of my clothes fit me. I'm 2 weeks down the line, I'm stuck in the house, you know, I'm not getting up and dressed and going out every day. I'm kind of a bit stir crazy, and the lack of not putting on my jeans is starting to get to me a little bit. But again, I'm reminding myself that I might be in a tracksuit, but it's a new tracksuit, which is always good, and it's a size 10, you know, and this time 18 months ago it would have been a size 20. So despite the fact that my jeans don't fit me, I'm not in, you know, big clothes, I'm in size 10. So I am thankful for that today. I wanted to talk about numbness, which is an interesting phenomenon. Those of you that have had caesarean section will be familiar with the fact that there's an area above the caesarean section scar which remains numb. In my case, I only got the feeling back in my tummy this year, and Coral is 7, so it lasted quite a long time. Now with a tummy tuck, the bottom section of your tummy is removed completely, and then the skin is pulled down over the top, and therefore that bit sort of under my belly button, around my belly button and down to my lady garden is quite numb. I can feel myself pressing it, but it feels a bit odd. So that's a new sensation to get used to, together with the numbness in my leg. I'm pretty much all numb, but we all knew that anyway. And then I'm wishing that my sides were numb, because they're not, and they're very sore at the moment. So I attempted lying on my side this morning in bed, and that's still not a good idea because they feel quite tender because of the stitching. So I'll try that again in a few days and see how that goes. On the whole, kind of getting about wise, I've done well today. So Mr. Cox worked from home today, I'm obviously working from home, so we decided to get out for half an hour at lunchtime and just went to Costa in the local town and had green smoothie in Costa, who knew? And that was nice to get out somewhere. And then I've also done my walk just now, and got a little bit further on the track outside of our house. So I keep setting myself little goals. So I think it was about 1.8k today that I did, which is a little bit further than I did yesterday. So that's good. And I don't seem to be having any negative repercussions from that. I'm swollen after doing it. I can feel myself swelling as I'm walking actually, which is very interesting. But I'm just keeping at it. I have moved my binder down. So I was wearing my binder, I don't know whether you can see, I can pop a pull my trackies down. I was wearing my binder right up here where the compression garment is, and as you can see I've moved it down a couple of inches so that it's lower on my hips, because it seems to be the area around my hips at the moment that's the most swollen, and that's the reason I can't get my jeans on. So I'm hoping that by moving the binder down further, that's just going to put a bit more compression around those areas that are still very swollen. So I'm looking forward to seeing Mr. Ahmed now on Monday rather than today, and seeing what he makes of my progress. So I'll update you on Monday about that. Did get a very nice letter from him today to say that based on what he saw last time, he feels that I'm progressing well, so that's good news. I'll make you all laugh. You might notice this little thing on my head here. Last night I was making protein oats, and because I needed something chocolatey, so I thought, oh, I'll make chocolate protein oats, and a little bit of oat came flying out the pan and landed on my head there, and it's given me a little blister. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what that is. It burnt like hell as well. I had to put Savlon on it, but anyway, that's the least of my worries, isn't it? Just a little update, my mum isn't coming. So my mum and my best friend were supposed to come for the weekend today, but my best friend's daughter had a baby this morning early, which is lovely. So that means that they're not coming, so a bit gutted on one level that I'm not seeing them, but it's lovely news that the babies arrived safely. So there we are. I think I heard some other stuff today that is really sad and kind of knocked me a little bit. Some bad news about a lady that I know, and I think it just serves to remind me that there's always somebody in a position that is worse than my own, and therefore I can just get on with what I've got to do and get through each day. And I think if I can do that with a smile on my face, then all the better. So I'm going to go and have Friday evening with my man, sitting on the sofa because we can't do much else, and I will speak to you all tomorrow.